Alright. Let's get it on. Ladles and jelly spoons. What the hell was that? I didn't ask for doors. What the hell was that? Bit suspect, but there we go. Oh well. We are here. We're actually here. Everything is fine. And we're here for the Design Killer Weekly number 94, I believe, which means we are getting dangerously close to that big 100 number. Should be a good time. Just wondering if I need to trim the corners of my beard. Yeah, it should be a good time. We've got ourselves a decent number of players signed up. Not everybody's checked in, but we'll see what we get. This, by the way, is a shout out to Ma, Rombas, Kasparos, and Ahmed to get checked in. I'm just saying. Also, Beast, and the rest of you who haven't checked in, get on that. But yeah, no, there are some good players that we've seen before, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing them again. Apart from anything else, the boss is in town. Abatha is playing today. We've also got Tal'Darim, who we've seen before, Dane K, who we've seen before, Sickest, we've seen before, Legoland Man, who I don't remember seeing for a while, but we've definitely seen him before, and Cosset, who I think I remember from back in the way, but I'm not 100% on that one. Yeah, it should be good times for all. Let's just hope. It'd be nice if we could have all 15 players checked in. That would be sweet. But so far, it does not seem like that's happening. Well, we'll see what we get. We've got about a minute and a half to check in. If only I could yell at people about this. I'm going nuclear. Basically, all we're going to do is we're going to keep an eye on the bracket. Sorry, I've got this song stuck in my head from a guy called Miracle of Sound, who is, by the way, a boss. Turns out his musical stylings are pretty good. And you might have heard, if you've heard anything of his, it'll almost certainly be the song Valhalla Calling, which has been redone and covered by everyone at this point, I think. But, you know, that's fine. Although, it would be interesting to know how many people know that song but don't know where it comes from. Okay, anyway, we are just waiting for the brackets to stabilize. And as soon as I can see Ahmed just checked in, I think me shouting at him may have convinced him to do it. Here's to hoping. Everyone else has got 10 seconds. I'm going nuclear. Well, here's the bracket. We'll see what we can do with it. Cosset gets a bye. And let's see if we can get ourselves Tal'Darim. Do we have a Tal'Darim? No, we have Sickest. Do we have Ahmed? No. Dane K and Legoland Man? No. Of course not. Of course we don't have any pairings of people that we can just jump in on. Because that would just make sense. That would just be the best if we could just do that. That would be like, oh, so good. But in any case, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to get on with what we have, and what we've got is a decent sized bracket. It's a round of 8. That'll do for now. It's always good to have a round of 16 if we can, but people have to remember to check in, and unfortunately, they did not. In any case, as soon as we got ourselves a game which we can go into... Oh, Nameless King, No, you didn't check in, so... okay, never mind. I'm going nuclear. Light's not registered, so that's no good. Actually, I really do want to watch a Sickest game if we can, but if Ahmed's around, that would be something we could do. What are you doing? Oh, there you are. Sorry, I'm having kitten problems. Let's see if I can show you on the second cam. There's a kitten. Is that a kitten? I think that's a kitten. Are you a kitten? Looks like it. There's my boy. There's my boy. We have a secondary kitten cam just in case. I'm going nuclear. Anyone? Are you? Let's see if we can attract a kitten while we're waiting for games. Ooh, we might have a game. Okay, looks like we've got one. Let's get into this one. And it's going to be... I said it's going to be... our pack versus who else have we got here? Versus Nameless King, who doesn't have a logo. So I'm assuming he doesn't have a clan. Okay. So we're getting ourselves some vetoes. Not sure what Nameless King is, but that's fine. So Ghost River's been vetoed. Oh, we've had all the vetoes. We've had almost all the vetoes done already. Oh, time for some bonus kitten while we're waiting. I don't think you can see him very well. Kind of hard to see dark kitten in dark space. No, that's not working, is it? Sorry. Okay, so Site Delta is one of the vetoes as well. What the hell is that stuff on your face, my guy? Oh well. So we're now going to we're now going to get. Now that they've finished doing the vetoes, we're going to get the maps. And as soon as we okay, Ocean is the first map. Let's go. Oceanborn. Nope. Okay, Post Youth is going to be map number 2. Sorry about this. I was trying to... Oh, wait. Post Youth is apparently vetoed. 2 is Golden. Third is Alcyon. We don't get that far. We don't get that far. And if I get a kitten on my lap, I will show you the kitten. Abatha needs 2 minutes. Desperate to try and find something. Abatha's trying to start a prediction on Twitch. Well, we'll find out who's watching if we do. I'm going nuclear. Let's hope it doesn't take too long. Unfortunately, we won't have team logos in game because I didn't make the lobby. Okay, there's the prediction. Alrighty then. Let's see if anyone dares to make a prediction. I don't know. I'll have to see. But we're just going to wait till the game loads and then we'll get straight on in. And so it begins. In the bottom right-hand corner of Golden Aura Ladder Edition, it is Abathur. On at the top left-hand side, playing for no one but himself, and with no name, he is the Nameless King. Alrighty then, let's zoom out and have a better look at what's happening. Low ground wall up, as to be expected. You can get away with that sort of thing, so you do. At this point, the main thing we need to check out is what's being built next to it. And also, actually, we're probably not going to see a cannon rush, because if we were going to see a cannon rush, the probe would need to be on its way already. But no, he is going to go and scout. And it's a gateway. Okay, that's fine. I was just thinking that's not a forge, is it? It's not a forge. No. The natural's going to go down without any interruption, because you have to go out early to interrupt. And yeah, so Abathur's pretty much on track for his standard start. We'll see a gas and a pool. And then things will proceed as normal from there. Once we've seen that, once the Protoss player finds out, once Nameless King knows that his opponent isn't choosing him and doesn't have Zerglings on the build already, we will see him put his Naxos down, because he can afford to do that. I guess we'll see what happens with that. And again, this is all good for Nameless King. He's getting to see all the things that he needs to see. He's getting to see everything his opponent's doing, and he's not really in any danger of losing this probe just yet. Obviously, once the pool finishes, then he needs to leave, because the probe is not very useful at that point, and he can just run it behind whatever, probably adepts he makes back at home. Which is why we haven't seen him build anything yet. Like, he could, in theory, wall himself in and make a zealot. But right now, this is a game of efficiency, and right now, actually, Nameless King doesn't need to do anything at all. Like, he just doesn't need to do it. Abathur's there, done. Doesn't quite have the gas for speed yet, so there's an optimization that could be made there, but that's fine. Yeah, just steal the minerals and leave. And we're seeing a follow-up of a Stargate, which is, again, perfectly normal tech. It's basically where I imagine we'll see an Oracle, maybe a Phoenix or two to clear the thing out. Oh, he's sacrificing this probe for some reason. Maybe he's going to try and build a pylon before it dies so he can stop the third going down. Nope, not a chance. Okay. Now, at some point, this Overlord is going to get killed. The question is, what's going to do it? He's either going to make a Stalker, or he's going to make something out of this Stargate. Possibly the second thing out of the Stargate, if you go with an Oracle first. But right now, the Zerg is doing that thing where they loft a Space Cow into your base. And they see everything, because Space Cows. Also just checking for thirds. Very nice. This one knows there's no third here. This one knows there's no third here. And as soon as you build the base, they can just recall the Zergling in question. And you might not even realise they were ever there in the first place. But now, right now, what we're seeing here is, A, Abathur can see that his opponent is making that. And B, he can see what it is, because you can see the shape of it. So he knows he's going up against an Oracle, so he knows he needs these pylons down, these Spore Crawlers down. And therefore he's just going to press the macro button. Now he's got the Spore Crawlers in place. You're probably still going to lose a worker or two. But, honestly, meh. With the Spore Crawler there, the damage is going to be relatively limited. And I'm also glad to see that Abathur has started to put his Spore Crawlers in his mineral line. I remember giving him some stick about that back in the day. Third base going down, which Abathur knows is happening because the Zerg was guarding it, is dead. Ring around the rosy, and he dies. Oh well. The thing is, right now Abathur doesn't care. Abathur knows his opponent's macroing, so he's going to macro too. He's getting himself more queens, because with more queens he can spread more creep. And with more creep, he can be, well, I mean, A, faster to react to stuff, and B, he can see more. But right now, the big thing is going to be this pair of Oracles here coming in. And again, they're going to be limited success. They won't be able to just sit there and blast away at the entire mineral line, because there's a Spore Crawler in town, and the Spore Crawler will shoot them out of the sky faster than you'd really want to have happen. Plus, there is a Queen at the top here, which means that there will be damage incoming before they even hit the workers, unless they go right the way around. And it doesn't look like that's what they're doing. Oh no, the Queen pulls away at exactly the wrong moment. That is, in fact, the most unfortunate timing in the history of timing. The thing is, right now, Abathur can see everything. He can see the Twilight Council doing something, which is either...
The enemy has discovered us.
There you go. 4 workers went down. Even so, Abathur's just making more. And he's pulled the ladies back. They hiked up their skirts and they ran back. Oh, a couple of stalkers just to get rid of that thing. The problem is, it's kind of revealed everything it was going to reveal anyway. And actually, this observer here is incredibly useful. Because what's going to happen is, he's going to be able to clear some of this creep. Which is actually, Abathur is not terrible at this creep shenanigans. And yes, the oracles can do this, but it's a waste of their energy, really. It's rather converting, instead of killing probes with it, which I think we've acknowledged that they can't realistically do at this point. Oh, that was a bit close to the wind. That was a little bit tight. And yeah, he's recalling them. There's no way he's letting those guys die. This observer, on the other hand, is potentially not going to die. It's just going to sit somewhere useful and be there. Yeah, it's just going to sit and go whoop and turn into a static turret. And what can it see? Yeah, various bits and bobs up to and including the Baneling nest, which is actually quite nice, and also evidence of a 4th base, which he does not technically know about, but he's seen workers going in that direction and in numbers, so he knows it's there. He knows his opponent has a 4th base, and he knows his opponent has a 5th base because he's trying to kill it with oracles. Not gonna lie, they are not the best at this. They are not the greatest of base killers. But it is damage, damage is damage, and damage is damage, and you can't heal a building until it's finished building. I think. I don't think the Queens can transfuse that base until it's finished. I mean, once it's done, they can transfuse the hell out of it. But like, oh no, he went for the snipe on that creep teamer, and didn't have any energy left. The thing is, right now, Abathur's got 84 workers to his opponent's 59, which is a sizable economic advantage. The army supply, I mean, Nameless King is in favour, but, like, Abathur's got the economy to make a massive thing. And actually, the number of zealots being made over here is a little bit questionable, partly because we know Abathur has banelings and they're going to have speed. Do they have speed? Not yet, but they will. There it is, in fact. We're seeing roach speed coming up. Basically, Abathur is getting to do whatever the hell he really wants to do at this point, and that means he's got basically full saturation on 5 bases. Which is terrifying. He's got too many workers. This is too much economy, Abathur. Calm down. Stop going crazy. Your opponent's going to kill you because you won't have an army because you'll... He is, however, going for melee upgrades rather than range upgrades, which is a bit of an interesting one, given that he's making both roaches and hydralisks. They're basically going to be unupgraded roaches, roach hydra. Or, no, he's just making the attack upgrades. Oh my goodness, I just realised that. I looked at the thing and saw... and didn't see. Goodness me. Also, I love this Baneling skin. Oh, we've got some kitten attention. Yes, we have. Well, kitten will have to wait. In come the zealots to clear out some stuff. And the Banelings need to go in against these guys because that's what they are designed to do. Yeah, kitten. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's how you kill a zealot army. That right there is how you kill an army full of zealots. And yeah, just splash damage alone. The problem is the zealots will run into the splash damage and get themselves killed in numbers, which is why Abathur is now ahead in every metric, except possibly the upgrades. Like, this game isn't over, but it's going to be difficult for Nameless King to do anything now, given Abathur. What the hell is this? Why are you making 17 workers, my guy? What is this? Oh, it's a kitten. Ooh, it's a cuton. Right. Definitely going to show some kitten action if he's still here when I get back to the camera. But, yeah, this Protoss army is not that big and it's not that powerful. He's got an advantage at the moment in upgrades, and he's going to maintain that upgrade advantage. The thing is, if he runs into a ton of Banelings and loses like all 17 of these Banelings, there's not a lot that can survive that. I think the Archons can just, but like, they won't have a lot left. Yes. Yes, he's definitely in a good position, kitten. Good. So, sorry, I'm getting nuzzled aggressively by a cat. So at this point, actually, oh my god, Abathur just dodges around that one stasis trap very effectively. Now, going in against these guys in a choke is rarely a good plan. Especially when they have a shield battery behind them. But if you do enough damage... Yeah. Stasis trap's going to wear off soon, so there's some more banelings to come through. And now would be a really good time to push those banelings to the front. Not gonna lie, the zealots are so extra. I think it must be a thing about psychic units. They tend to get a bit extra when they die. Also, turn around and blast that Archon. Just turn around, bright eyes, every now and then you kill that Archon. Why are you running? Kill it! Kill it! There you go. Easy. Hey, buddy. So, Abathur's in a reasonable position here. He's got the economic lead. But, he's not pressing his luck too. That's a lot of banelings. The thing is, banelings can roll through a storm. And they don't care how many hit points they have when they explode in your face. So... Lurkers coming out. Because you can. And also getting the upgrade for the Zerglings that make them competitive in the late game. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I would not go up this ramp. But, hey, Abathur has different plans, apparently. And yeah, that was a decent kill count on those workers. 8 workers went down, putting them down to not quite half, but getting there. And actually, the splash damage from the Protoss there is just not getting applied. Oh, good detection there. Means he kills that Lurker without really losing that much to it. Clearing out the creep is nice. If Abathur can catch this army in the middle of the field, it dies immediately. It is not a big or powerful army. I mean, there's some power units in it, but just a wave of small units surrounding and crushing it to kill every one of them. The thing is, Abathur is maxed, so it pays for Abathur to go in. Also, Abathur getting a little bit of a tech upgrade here. Giving him the ability to tech switch into something that will do more. Especially since his opponent has short range, ground only, ground only, ground only, and a few units that can shoot air. So if he decides to just tech switch into Broodlords at a random point in the future, it's going to be very, very difficult for Nameless King to be able to respond to that. Especially given that he's spending most of his gas already. Is Zergling run by happening? You actually need to send it in, Abathur. I'm not sure what this attack is meant to be, but it's working. The thing is, having done that, Abathur can now go in at this other side here and kill this... Well, no, probably not kill this base. Because, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. The Protoss army pushing out into the field, actually larger for once than his opponents. Upgrades coming up to even. That one Lurker and a bunch of Spine Crawlers, the only defense that's really necessary, apparently. Okay, I just got bitten. Ugh. So, this base, I think, is probably dead. I say that as it dies. I'm so good at this. Oh, you can survive a hit from one of those. The Banelings come rolling in and don't really do as much as they could. Actually, the Disruptor's being killed off very quickly here. But the Protoss army is still pushing through. This base is dead. I think if Abathur can't pull together a serious force and do some damage to this, or switch into those Broodlords we mentioned earlier. Why is the Overlord farm going this way to you? Oh no, Abathur's going to be hard supply block now. Oh, that's terrifying and horrible. He's doing his best, but this Protoss army is just a death ball, and he doesn't have any Broodlords to fight it with. There's an Archon that could be sniped there. More Zealots warping in on the near side, though, means that this is going to be difficult to do, and even if he does. Even if he has the units, I don't think he does. And again, the full surround is there, but unfortunately, There's just so much Protoss power here that he doesn't have the capacity to fight, and unfortunately that looks like game. Let me just show you this camera real quick before he bites me and runs off again. So. Okay, so we're going to be putting map number 2 in. And map number 2 is going to be... that was Golden. That was Oceanborn? Ocean isn't... So that was... Because I had... Oceanborn. Okay, we're doing Oceanborn next. I don't know how much kitten you can see. There he is. There he is. Okay, so nameless king's going in. Oh, apparently the team thing isn't working. Okay, never mind. Oh well, I'm not going to pretend to understand why that didn't work. Oh, who's a kitten? Don't you dare bite me, you little shit. Here we are, map number 2. Playing for our pack, it is Abathur. And his opponent, the Ronin from the northwest. It is in fact the Nameless King. So, based on what we saw in the last one, if you don't want to sit there and let me do my thing, why do you bite me? Oh well. In the bottom right hand corner we're going to see the same thing I think as we saw in the last game. Excuse me a second. Okay, apparently the technical problems have stopped. Wonder what that was. So, yeah, I mean, again, we're probably going to see the same sort of thing. A wall off with a gateway to start with, and then the Nexus will go down once he sees he's not being cheesed. The question is, what could Abathur have done against that last fight? I think if he'd made a couple of Broodlords, I think he didn't need to make 3 or 4 to make a real difference, but yeah, he could have cut that army to shreds by throwing 3 units at it for a while. The question is, will he try and do it slightly earlier this time? Because Broodlords are an expensive thing, and he didn't have the Greater Spire yet. He had 2 Spires, but no Greater Spire. And I think basically Nameless King just caught him off guard before he could tech switch. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, the thing is, it's, as far as I'm concerned, this game is not over either way. We could see this go both ways. The question is, the question is, the statement is, it's all on Abathur to make that happen. Like, he has to make a difference from what happened in the last game. Otherwise, he's just going to end up struggling in the same way. So, how is he going to adapt? Well, I mean, he is a Zerg player. That's what they're supposed to do. No gas being collected, though. So, he's definitely switching up. Going for a quicker third. In comes the fight. In come the Zerglings to try and deal with this pylon. It's annoying, but it doesn't delay that much. we go. And it was a kill, not a cancel, which is interesting, because normally you'd expect the Protoss to just keep a vague eye and then cancel that just before it was done, so he could get the money back, basically. Protoss getting Zealot legs to start with. Again, Abathur knows that this is happening. He doesn't necessarily know which of the two possible upgrades it is. And even the fact that he's seen a Stalker doesn't mean it's not Zealot legs. In fact, you potentially would assume that it was Zealot legs rather than assuming anything else. Until you see the sort of Stalker start. What is this? Oh, that was a fake out. What? What? Thing is, I don't think Abathur's going to miss it. I think Abathur's going to see it, because I don't think this Overlord will die in time. And if he can clock what that is, and realize that the health bar is too high. No, Abathur, why?
Brood under attack.
You had
Panic
it.
time.
No, why, Abathur? Why? You missed it. No. Okay, he's dead. He's dead. He is absolutely 100% dead at this point. Why didn't you check the back of his base? No. Oh, that would have changed everything if he'd just seen this one building. If the Dark Shrine had been seen with its massive Dark Templar faces on it. Look at that. Look at those faces. If he'd seen the Dark Templar faces, he might have been able to know that there would be Dark Templar faces coming in that he wouldn't be able to see. You know, that would be really funny, actually. There's an upgrade you need for the Dark Shrine to make the Dark Shrine invisible. That would be amazing. And yeah, 2 DTs coming in, 3 DTs coming in already, 1 for every base. Oh, but he's got Spore Crawlers down, I suppose. That's something. Queen's life is saved. And sacrificing his workers to protect the mineral line, as it were. Thing is, Abathur's losing a ton of workers for this. There we go. 9 workers went down for that, and there is still a DT in the area. Question is, what's your opponent sacrificed to get that kind of combat power out? And what he sacrificed is everything. Go kill him. Get yourself some detection and go kill him. This is the point at which you get your detection together and go kill him, I guess? I don't know. Oh no! Why is he leaving the main exposed? No! I mean, it's a way. It's certainly a way. Also, does he have a lair? Yeah, he has a lair. So at this point, the good plan would be mobile. There it is. There's the mobile detection we needed. The thing is, Abathur is still behind economy-wise, and he's still on the same number of bases, which is not what you want to be as a Zerg. You want to be a base ahead. You want to be a base up. Also, there's a dude here, which you can now smell. Or rather, you could. Now you can't, because you've gone out of range. Oh well. The thing is, those what's the word? Those DTs did their job. Like they put Abathur behind by enough that he's still economically a little bit screwed. This is why Nameless King has had the economy lead for a while now, and while Abathur is seeking to redress that balance, oh, it's still there. The Warp Prism is still in town. Actually, if he goes too close, if he goes too far in, no, he's just going to make a couple of DTs and drop them. Okay, that's when you decide to turn around and go home again. The thing is, the roaches are not going to have burrowed movement for a while. I know they're going to have burrowed movement any second now, so they might just be able to sneak into the main and kill a lot of stuff. Which is what he's planning on doing, clearly. Which, by the way, I love it. I love it so much. Unfortunately, there's too much stuff happening in the main for Abathur to be able to pull that off right now. Oh no, he's pushing it away. He's pushed the button, he's going in. What are they attacking? Oh, it's a roach, okay. Some worker damage going down on the Protoss side though. Some worker damage going down on this part of the Protoss side, and now he sees the DT Shrine. The thing is, this is actually doing a lot of damage, like an actual lot. I would take the Dark Shrine now if I was you, mate. The main base is nice, but like, wow. That was actually a brutal attack there, and it's entirely possible that Nameless King is sitting there going, the hell just happened? 17 probes just died? Yeah. Turns out he's got borrowed movement. The thing is, they've got good healing while they're underground, so he's just microing them away. I love it. I love it so much. There's still burrowed roaches in the main. But there are cannons going down now, so yeah, that's not happening again. The thing is, it's forced at least... It's forced a bunch of money to be spent on cannons that otherwise wouldn't have been needed. Just to make sure that this shit doesn't happen again. Abatha pulled a fast one there. That was pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty good. And at that point, if you weren't paying attention, you might not realize what just happened there. They burrowed again. I mean, the roaches should know that they're dead. So it's going to go for some worker kills. Yep, another 9 workers go down. That's pretty bad for... What are you looking at? It's pretty bad for our Protoss. Nameless getting more workers going down. Where's that happening? Must have been over here. A pylon going down. Presumably there will be a cannon next to it because honestly he doesn't want to leave that observer there forever. So. Oh, more attacks going in the main. And Abatha responding in a prompt manner, pulling people away. He's only lost a couple of workers. The thing is, right now, what Abatha really needs is something to get rid of that warp prism. Because the warp prism is just annoying right now. Actually, what would be really good would be having one of these overlords over here, because he'd get a little bit more advanced warning that he was about to get hit by the warp prism. In fact, just having something next to the warp prism to chase it away. Dark Templar, da 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 da. And the DT's focused in, and it doesn't get what it wanted. No. La, 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 la. Okay, Hydralisk's also good for the purpose. But putting a Spore Crawler at the back here would reinforce a lot of stuff. Just putting a Spore Crawler there. You know, just there. Just there. That circle's not big enough to reach on this side, so we're probably safe, I guess. I say we. He is probably safe. The thing is, this army is another power army. It's a big, big, big ball of stuff. And as soon as that army gets engaged on, this warp prism's going to go in the back and try and do some poking. And there it is. There it is. There it is. The thing is that the Protoss army that's attacking is too goddamn big to be ignored. So he's sending the mamas after him. Sending in the queens. Whereas this army is going to go for a surround. It's actually pretty bad. Oh, that was pretty nasty. And that Protoss army got hit from 2 sides at the same time and may have been wiped out to a man, which is why it got recalled. That was brutal by Abatha there. Absolutely incredible engagement. Thing is, this is the maths of it. If you engage from 2 sides at once, you take less damage than because the enemy's only putting it out in like half as much of a direction. They can't concentrate fire if you're spread out. The thing is, right now, Abatha's, I think, overcommitting 2 workers again. I think you only need 70 odd, and he's making another 12. This might be enough. I think he needs to stop here. But that's fine. He did, hopefully. Because once you get to about 80 workers, you need 120 army supply to be able to contest the map most of the time. What the hell is that? No, seriously, what the hell is that? The jellyfish of some kind. In any case, 44 Zerglings on the map because Abathur wants to max out and then go kill something. Actually, let's have a quick look at the income graph. Yeah, Abathur's doing pretty well for himself this way. Ben's coming up, which should actually be quite useful. The one thing Abathur is missing, and I think it will cost him dearly in the long run, no air units. So these Colossi are going to be very difficult to deal with. Unless they're at the front, in which case, you know, they'll be quite easy to deal with. Yeah, some Corruptors would be amazing right about now. And yeah, don't get me wrong, the Lurkers are great, but the Corruptors would be able to deal with the fact that there are 6 Colossi on the field right now, and they need to be killed. But there are no Corruptors available. Can he not make them? Is there a detector over this army? Does not appear that there is. Oh no, there is no detection over this army. Now there's detection over this army. Where are the Corruptors, Abathur? What do you need, in fact, to make Corruptors? I thought you just needed a I don't know, maybe to make... Does he have a Spire? Got his Lurker Den. But seriously, Abba, you've seen 6 Colossi on the field. Now would be a great time to invest in a couple of air units. A couple of long-range air units that can just do some jobs. Also, splitting his army, interesting choice. I mean, if he goes for another surround the way he did the last one, that'd be amazing. But he needs to actually do it. Getting straight in under the Colossi with that Lurker. That one Lurker is in the midst of the pack. But that did not pay off. Oh ho 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 ho! That's trading. The thing is, Abathur, air units, my god. And the ball doesn't detonate because the thing died first. The disrupted got killed first. Make some! My god, man! Make Corruptors! If you can take that Archon out, that was worth it, I think. Okay. Oh, actually, no. You know what? 11 workers is still 11 workers. Abathur is immune to the idea of making Corruptors. Abathur will not make Corruptors under any circumstances, apparently. There are 6 Colossi on the field. There are still 6 Colossi on the field. Make the counter unit. Make something that can fly in close. He's got no anti-air. Make some anti-air, Abathur. What are you doing? Oh my god. The thing is, there's not much... there's not much AoE here, but, like, there is. And the Protoss army gets crushed into dust. Well, no, not quite, actually. I'm entirely wrong. The Protoss army gets crushed into something very vaguely approximating dust, and then the remnants of it choke the Zerg to death, because he refuses to make the unit that makes sense. I don't know, man. I don't know what the point is here, but... I don't know what point I'm trying to make here is... Oh my god, the Queens are dead. Bury it! The Lurker! Bury the Lurker! Bury the Lurker! Okay, he's dead. He's a dead Lurker, but at least he got buried. So this Protoss army is going to get chased away. I'm not sure this is the greatest place to bury Lurkers, though. Oh, maybe. Feels like that could maybe be useful, I guess. Ow. 22 drones just went down somewhere. Let's look for an empty base. I don't know. One Lurker died instead of 3. Thing is, Abathur is winning this by brute force, and he doesn't care about the trading results. The ball didn't detonate because the disruptor didn't live long enough to make it happen. There's GG. And we're not going to mention anything to Abathur in the post-game lobby about Corruptors. That's not happening. Oh, Kitten's gone, by the way, so let's remove Kitten Cam. So, GG both. Okay, so map number 3 is going to be Alcyon. Ladder Edition. So, it's coming down to the wire. Apparently Abatha just left the lobby. I don't know, man. There he is. There he is. Sure. Also, these things are wrong. Oh, no, they're right. Abatha won the Oceanborn Nameless King won Golden Aura. Go, 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 go! In the bottom left-hand corner. Triumphant in the last game, but wasn't up to it in the first. Can he keep his form? It's Abatha. Or will he be swept aside by the Nameless King we know only as Nameless King, I guess. I guess that's a thing. I guess that's a thing for the Nameless King. Bum 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 ba da 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 dum. Okay. So. And again, I imagine we'll probably see fairly similar openings again. There's because the build has worked for both of them at least once on this in this best of 3. Yeah. There's no reason not to use it. The thing is, neither player is particularly cheesinating this time. The natural's gone down. Probe's coming in to check it, and is going to be like, yeah, the natural's gone down. Let's move on. He won't see the exact timing of the spawning pool, but he'll know roughly what it was, given how big the thing is and how far along the health bar is. It's one of those things where it's not an exact science, because the building starts with a small amount of health anyway. But yeah, it's all good. He will have a vague idea. And if Abatha goes through the same procedure of not making a single corruptor in this game, I'm going to ask him questions about it later. Back in this base, now that we've seen the natural go down because he didn't need to rush, the cybernetics course followed it. And I imagine we'll see a pylon in the main, just to basically give him somewhere to build that isn't on the front line. Like that. The thing is, Abatha missed the DT shrine by a fraction last time. I said a fraction. He missed it by a couple of hexes. If he hadn't done that, if he hadn't, what's the word? If he hadn't altered the course of the Overlord, and in this case, will he see it? I don't think he's going to see that. Maybe. The thing is, he's going to get into the base. He's going to be able to see some stuff. The question is, will he be able to see that? I don't know. It's going to be very close. Oh, yeah, he sees it. And he clicks it too, so he knows he's up against a robo build. And that Overlord is dead. But the Overlord saw the thing. And right now, that's the important thing. And it's entirely possible that Abatha might be able to give the impression that he missed that. Maybe. The thing is, if we're looking at Robo first, we're not necessarily looking at anything like Dark Shrine, because you wouldn't make the Robo first. You'd make something that requires Robotech. There we go. Yeah, you'd make the... If you were going to go with DT drops again, you'd make the Dark Shrine, or at least the... you'd make the prerequisite buildings for the Dark Shrine first, rather than trying to make the Robo and then build up towards the Dark Shrine afterwards. Because you want those things to hit at the same time, not staggered. Twilight Council, that's the word. I just had a moment there. I'm just getting old, I think. So, At some point, Abatha's already kicking out his second round of queens, which will in fact just be creep queens for the most part. Like, the queens that are there already will be the ones that inject, and then after that, everything else is dedicated to spreading creep all the way across the map, making the place look as zergy as possible. So, yeah, the base fairly solidly walled in. You can go for a third if he really wants to, but this is and it's a bit of a weird one to defend because, apart from anything else, what we've seen in the past is people put a gas geyser here and micro a worker backwards and forwards between the minerals and the gas, swapping over what they're carrying. That's a dead probe. But yeah, the micro trick is you swap between minerals and gas and minerals and gas and minerals and gas until you mine that mineral patch out. And it's only got 5 minerals in it in this case. Oh, hello. Okay. This is a build. I'm genuinely curious about how well this is going to work. Because at least initially, you might not realise it's there. If he drops it in the darkness here and fires the ball into the main, Abatha could genuinely have a moment of, oh god, what is this? And Abatha might genuinely, if he took a half second to look at that, might genuinely be like, what just happened? But he now knows, and he now knows he's got up against the Robo build. When he knew that anyway. I suspect he wasn't expecting this though. The question is, since we're seeing an emphasis on Colossus production, are we going to see... Oh my god, what is this? Oh, we are seeing at least these logos. This logo, rather. I don't know. Yep, 5 more workers dead. 5 more workers dead. No, only 1 more. The thing is, he can almost rapid fire that. And it's incredibly good harassment. The infestation pit coming down. I think it's entirely possible Abatha's just like, I'm sick of this, and the only solution I can think of involves fungal growthing the warp prism. Not gonna lie. I feel like there's an easier solution to this problem. Also, I love the fact that the lore behind Colossi is that there was a time in the ancient history where Colossi were a thing, and then it was determined that these were too horrifying because they were setting things on fire. So we'll just go back to stabbing people with energy blades like sensible human beings. I don't know, man. I don't know. But there are Colossi on the build, Hydralisks on the way, and the Hydralisk will suffer horribly if the Colossi catch them off guard. Or, in fact, if they just engage them at all, they're going to do some horrible damage to them, because it turns out lines of splash damage are good. Incidentally, apparently the Stormgate 3rd faction is being teased soon. Has he just killed another 4 workers? Yeah, he has. Okay. Yeah, you need to have the spore crawler all the way over here, which means creep needs to exist. But hey, it's all good, it's all good. The infestors are... Well, the lurkers are out. Infestors? Do we have any infestors? No! We've got 83 workers, though. So, you know, that's the thing. The thing is, with 74 workers, that's 4 bases worth of workers, but you've only got 3 bases there. Because you need 22 workers per base. So... Actually, technically 88, so it's a half a base extra, I guess. Another 4 workers die. And the warp prison takes damage this time. You know what might be really useful for getting rid of that? Something that can fly! Abatha? Why? Why, Abba? Why? Why? Oh, okay. Oh! Far too close for both of them, to be fair. But Abathur seemed to do better out of that. Actually, I don't know. I mean, he's chased the war prison away for now. But the Disruptors are just going to go and join the army. But they're in the army now. They're not behind the plow. You'll not get rich by digging a ditch. You're in the army now, as the song says. Also, the fact that he has enough money to spend on 4 cannons and a shield battery, or 2 shield batteries, is kind of terrifying. But there you go. Now's the time to move them queens away. Otherwise, they're gonna die. You get almost all of them. Goodness me. Yeah, that's a painful thing to have to deal with. Same there, but never mind. I can't help but wonder if, again, Abathur, like, you've seen your opponent. Actually, he's not dedicated as much effort to Colossi this time. There's only 2 on the field. And we're not seeing any more being built because Disruptors are just good. But having a few, you know, a few Corruptors out might not be the worst thing in the history of the world. What did you aspire for them? I think you need a spire, so you'd have to tech into them. So at this point, possibly not the best of ideas, but... Whoa, very nice. That's the other way to do it. Just pick off the individual units and suck them towards your army. It's actually a really good way of dealing with Disruptors as well. Oh, unless you do that! Flashing the Zerglings in front of him to make him go away. Oh, that was a solid hit, and it's fortunate for Abathur it takes more than 1 hit to kill a lurker, but unfortunately it takes, you know, 1 more hit. Yeah, you do need a spire for the Corruptors, but it would be worth it, I feel. Especially given that Abathur has 5,000 minerals and 41 lava that he could spend right now. Oh wait, no he can't, he needs to trade. Now he trades, okay, that's fine. And at this point, this army might be in genuine trouble. Oh, that's nasty. Like, he's going to lose a bunch of them because they're clustered up. If there was a way, if only there was some way of picking off the air units, picking off the flying units with something that could only shoot air. I don't know, though. Storm coming in as well, and it looks like that might be GG for Abathur. His entire army just disappeared. That said, he got some good hits in there. Goodness. I mean, he's gonna lose all these lurkers eventually, but actually no, I stand entirely corrected. Abathur has spent his money and spent his lava and remaxed immediately, and he still has 5,000 minerals left. I'm just genuinely impressed by that. That was pretty good. Whereas the Protoss army is now half the size. If Abathur can keep the pressure on, bearing in mind he is currently at maxed out, so now is the time where you trade. Yeah, no, you don't want to stay there. Again, some kind of siege unit might be a really good idea at this point, but we'll see what happens. The Zerglings coming in to try and pin some of the army down, and oh, that's nasty! Valen's coming in while everything is clumped and just wiping out a bunch of units. Thing is, Abathur doesn't care about going for what's the army itself. The army isn't going to win the game. Killing the army isn't how you win the game. This is how you win the game. You kill the bases. And in this case also you kill the army because they dare to come close enough. The problem is all the units that are here now are close range, which means that you can't get into range to kill the lurkers without getting into range of the lurkers. Now it's pretty good actually. Okay, Abathur, okay, I stand corrected. Highly corrected. That was pretty good. So, Abatha's going to go through, and we had Cosset versus Dane K, which is a game we can hopefully grab hold of now. Because Dane K beat Legoland Man. Ugh. Well, we'll see what we can get. Ahmed versus Sickest is still going on. Cosset versus Dane K does not appear to have happened yet. Look at those disruptors. -8, -8. Ha. So, right, let's see. So we're now looking for a bracket. Like I said, Cosset versus Dane K is potentially already happening, which is why I can't see either of them in chat. And we're just waiting for Ahmed and Sickest to decide who is going to win the game that they are currently in. Again, we can't see, which is why we can't join games that are ongoing. By the way, Stormgate devs, if you're watching, a guy with almost no viewers, make it possible to join the games mid-flow. Just saying, please. It must be possible to have a thing of where all units are at the time. Just take a snapshot, just like, and then you can fast forward from the most recent snapshot, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so we're just looking to see. Yeah, Cosset versus Dane K. Cosset versus Dane K is currently happening, whereas Ahmed versus Sickest is the one that we really are waiting for, because if Cosset versus Dane K has already started, then we might just have to meet whoever wins that in the finals. Yeah, that's how that's gonna go. But until I see either Cosset, Dane K, or Ahmed or Sickest in any of the chats that I'm currently in, there ain't much point in trying to get into a game because we can't. Because it is what it is. Also, I apologize for any awkwardly timed ad breaks that may have happened recently. Yeah, I'm trying my best to keep on top of them, but unfortunately, I can't keep on top of them that much. Oh well. Boom, bo, bo, boom. Bo, bo, bo. Let's see. The problem is, I don't want to start doing anything. Maybe I can make some kind of apology video. That feels like it's out of tune. I'm not sure. Incidentally, I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing who faces Abatha, because Abatha is one of those players that when, like I previously said, when he first started running these tournaments, he would join the tournaments himself, despite the fact he was going to get mashed, because he wanted to make up the numbers. And it's actually kind of nice that he's become like just a regular competitor now. There we go. Right, here's hoping we can get ourselves some interactions somewhere. Yeah. At some point I'll start taking song requests, but not yet. I think, unfortunately, we managed to time this perfectly such that we just missed all the games as they started. Like, just as they started. But we will find out. Let's see. Not sure what to do now. Part of me is tempted to take a break, but unfortunately, I'm going to run some ads just to make sure they don't come in the middle of games when we don't want them. Assuming, that is, that we get one sometime in the next half hour. Or hopefully the next 15 minutes. Generally speaking, these games don't tend to last more than 15 minutes, so... Of course, that last one didn't work. I should just change. I should just change over to just playing music. That's what I should do. Well, Blue Knight's just turned up in chat. Unfortunately, we aren't watching Blue Knight. Oh, we have Sickest versus Abatha. Okay, Abatha is waiting. Sickest has just made it through to the next round. Cool. Let's see what we can do. Right. Let's change the names on the board. Sickest, who apparently is also Protoss, and Sickest plays for Sentier, which is this one. Let go. Okay, so we've got ourselves that set up already. Let's delete the map names because we don't know what they are. That's kind of weird. We've only got ZVP today. I think Sickest is a Protoss. Could be wrong. Am I just misremembering? So am I misremembering? Is my brain fog just not happening? Okay, so Post Youth is banned. Apparently people don't like feeling old, so they're not playing on Post Youth. If memory serves, actually, a couple of weeks ago we had Abatha versus Sickest in the final. So good. So good. Ghost River is gone, so one of the new maps is gone. We've got Crimson Court and Dynasty, and those are the only new maps that... Oh, and Amphion. Crimson Court, Dynasty, and Amphion are the only new maps left. Will we see them all banned? I mean, possibly. Wouldn't shock me even slightly. Because why would we play new things? Why? register voice. I don't know if that helps or not. Okay, so we've had some more vetoes. Ghost River was gone. Yeah, we had that one. Site Delta is gone. So that's one of the old maps has been vetoed. Interesting. Amphion is gone. Oceanborn is gone. Crimson Chin is gone. I mean, Crimson Court is gone. This leaves us with Dynasty, Alcyon, and... okay, number one is going to be Alcyon. Then we've either got Dynasty or Golden Aura. Did the music stop for you? Second is Golden Aura, which means that Dynasty will only be played if we have to. What is happening? Hopefully it'll go, oh yeah, and give me the ability to do maps, to do team symbols this time. I don't know though. Who are we waiting for? Abba. Abatha, by the way, has a broadcast thing in game. He's got a little like announcement next to his name in his profile, which just says roaches equals loss. I don't know if that is true, but he seems to think it is. Wonder if there's a comic that could be made about this loss. Abatha needing 1 minute, please. That's fine. We can put him in the right place without having to worry about that. And yeah, for some reason my all the effort I put into making the team logos appear on the map last week is just gone for no apparent reason this week. I don't know why. I don't even know. Sick is asking for no match history, and thus he shall have it. We can point this camera at the floor while we're waiting. I do need to keep track on when both players are ready. Yeah. Oh dear.
Strokes for kitten. Strokes for kitten. Yep. Is that nice? Is that good?
There we go. Nice strokes for kitten. And of course, now he's got that, somebody wants to come and sit again. Yeah, I'm getting the cable out of your way, you daft bastard. Come on. We'll use Kitten to entertain ourselves while we're waiting for Abatha to get back. Yes, my boy. Does my boy. I love the fact that if you're looking at the main screen, like the the version of me that's like there. If I'm just sitting here stroking the cat, you can't tell. So I could be stroking the cat like whenever. I'm gonna check the races. There we go. There's a cat picture there. Do you like it? Yes, you do. Okay, both players are ready. It is in fact a ZVT, not a ZVP. Yes, it is. Goodness me. This is where you're going to be a dick to me, isn't it? If I try and stop scritching him to go into game, he's going to get upset. Let's go. Risking it for a biscuit thing. In the top right-hand corner, playing for Sentir, it is Sickest. And his opponent at the bottom right, the Might of Arpak. In the middle of R Street, it's Abatha. Okay then, so ZVT, different match from last time. Again, we're going to see the wall. We're probably going to see a Reaper into Hatch Gas Pool. Because you can do that. You can. One of the sort of the basic tenets of StarCraft is, unless you're being specifically cheesy and massively aggressive, maximize your economy while keeping yourself safe. And that's exactly what we're going to see here. Maximizing the economy without leaving any massively gaping holes in your defenses. The thing is, right now, the only thing I would suggest that we really should be seeing is some scouting from our Terran player. But again, a lesson we learned from day 9. If you're not going to change the plan, regardless of what you see, then scouting is irrelevant and wastes your money. If you know what you're going to do, and nothing your opponent can do can change it, then that's an impressive build, and I'm actually quite surprised that it works. But hey. Gas coming up, because you want to be able to get speed up as soon as possible so you can... Basically, so you can kill off the Reaper as fast as possible. Real talk. The Reaper is, however, on the way. The big deal here is, the big timing is this finishing plus the building of a Queen. If you can get a Queen built, then by the time the Reaper comes over, then you're fine, I guess. But ideally, yeah, you've got the time that it takes the Queen, the Reaper to travel the map to get your Queens up. And a few Zerglings, which will be there sooner. You have the little dance between the Zerglings and the Reaper, and if the Zerglings can keep themselves alive long enough, then they win. And as long as they can be there to chase the Reaper away so he doesn't get the creep, that also works. All they have to do is delay for a few seconds more, and then the Queen will exist. Thing is, they have to chase them off creep because the way the speed stats work, on creep, the Zerglings are faster. Off creep, they are not. Until they get their speed, at which point they are again. So it's very much an intricate little dance between the Reaper and the Queen and the Zerglings. And if he overcommits here, he's going to die. Why will you move commanding? Why are you move commanding? Attack him. Abatha, however, is overcapped because he sent an Overlord into scout and probably got some information out of it. Let's have a quick look what he saw. He saw the natural, and then it died. The Overlord, that is, not the natural. Yeah. The Reapers continue to harass, but I imagine we'll see the requisite 4 to 6 Hellions. Followed by some kind of air unit. Looks like it might be Vikings or Liberators at this point. Obviously worth having because... Oh, in comes the Reaper Hellion. The thing is, the reason you have the Reaper with this is because you want the Reaper to take as much damage as possible without dying. And in comes the Viking. Interesting. Okay, so you're looking mainly at clearing out vision. If you can clear out your opponent's vision on the map, it makes your life a lot easier. Speed now finished, though. It's actually risky to go anywhere on creep. So he has to be a bit careful. That said, I mean, the thing is, even suppressing one creep tumor suppresses it quite hard, because creep is a sort of a... I was going to say an exponential thing. It kind of is. Every creep tumor that you destroy is one less multiple of lines of creep that you have to deal with later. And again, all this damage is being taken on the Reaper, who heals really quickly out of combat. So he's okay with that. They might be able to get some damage in. The thing is, if they overcommit and go too deep, the Zerglings will surround them and kill them all. Bit of a boop there. The Viking going out and clearing out vision is irritating for Abatha, but not lethal. Creep team is going to go down. Question is, will it be destroyed by accident? That's the real question. This is us asking the real questions that matter. Also, we're seeing a Liberator, I imagine, which is why Abatha has gone with the Spore Crawler defense. Yep, there it is. Thing is, right now, Abatha's doing okay worker-wise, but Sickest, given that he has mules, has effectively got at least 7 more workers than it looks like he has. So technically, I think Sickest is going to be ahead. Oh, no, not anymore. Apparently, he was until just now. Oh, out they come. Liberators actually managing to siege up just in the wrong place. And thankfully for the Liberator, it doesn't take as long to unsiege as it does to siege. Which for Sickest is annoying, because that would have been a good place to put it otherwise. Unfortunately, Abatha's had it happen before. And therefore he was able to just go, no, I'm not letting you do that. Hellions, again, need to make sure they don't overcommit. Every time you lose one, you lose a bit of map pressure. And the thing is, the map pressure is the only thing that stops the Zerg from just macroing like a boss and then coming over and killing you. So, right now, these Hellions need to be doing what they're doing. And this nice little creep clear up. It's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to do the job. Unfortunately, if they're not careful, they're going to get trapped, and it looks like they're sailing straight into the Queens. The workers having a go themselves. That Reaper is still alive? What? That's crazy. That's crazy. A couple of drops of medivacs coming over here, but the Zergling count is on the way up. Baneling speed is done. Sorry, Baneling speed is started. Banelings exist. Not sure why everyone's going back there. And again, we're seeing an attempt made to clear the creep up, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. That's good. Oh, incidentally, Cosset has gone through to the finals against Dane-K. Not sure how that happened, but it did. Oh no, that Viking is dead. Bit of a push on this side with some Marine medevac. Because if he stims into that and he gets hit by a Senior Baneling. The thing is, if you stim, I think it puts you inside the lethal range of the Banelings. I'm not sure. Oh no, those Banelings are in the worst place possible. Cancel it. The thing is, had those Banelings been able to roll, or if this attack had been... Oh, that's beautiful and awful. And dead. Unfortunate, but he did get 11 worker kills on it. He did get 11 worker kills. The double drop in the main. Does he not know it's there? No, he doesn't. The workers going down in numbers. Actually, the pool going down would be really, really irritating for Abatha. He's lost 15 workers as well. And while that's happening, this is happening because Sickest is good at multitasking. Unfortunately, Abatha's gone in on this army already. Banelings! Oh my god. But the thing is, while that's happening, this is happening. Oh, that's painful. Oh, that's unfortunate. But there we go. There we go. Right, so... That was not the... Oh, that was unfortunate for Sickest. Like, the rest of his army being here means that this isn't a losing proposition for the Zerg forces that exist in this area, but, you know, it's all good. He can just run away. And the creep's doing okay. Like, the creep is... Oh, no! The number of times that Sickest in this one game alone has just floated units back across his opponent's base. Oh, across his opponent's army, rather. Thing is... Abatha's army is not as big, and the Hellbat Widowmine Marine force is not to be sneezed at. Hellbat Mine Marine Medevac. Having a few banelings on hand is probably a good idea, though. Abathur going for both upgrades. Both attack upgrades, no defensive upgrades. Which is an issue because it means his units will melt like butter if the Marines get +2. And go the banelings! I don't know if this is enough. I think this Terran army might just be big enough to push in and do some damage here. There are some lurkers on the field, so they won't be able to stay there, but they can push in. Yeah, they can take that base and get out. That's exactly what they needed to do. This is how you beat a Zerg. You choke them out. You force them to make things that are not workers to replace the workers you just killed. Thing is, the lurkers are going to be a problem because Abathur can just leave a lurker by each base. And that will count as his base defense against small run-bys at the very least, and large ones if not. Abathur doing his shotgun blast and lurker fire by just walking straight into his opponent's face and burying the lurkers there. Is that tank going to get shot down for this? No! No, it looks like those lurkers may just have been killed off immediately. And Abathur's 38 army supply is looking pretty thin, but all of the units in this army are badly damaged, so if the medivacs weren't there, this would be over. Unfortunately for the Zerg, they are. Also, Abathur does not like defense upgrades, it seems. Okay then, that's certainly a thing. The tank getting killed by its own Widow Mines more than the Zerglings, that's amazing. Which also suggests there isn't an armory on the other side, which is clearly not great. 3 bases being made though, so that's something. So, Terran's going to push in again. He's getting 14 drones somewhere. Where was that? Oh, that's how he got that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Setting one Liberator on the escape path and setting the other Liberator in. Also the Ghosts, very nice, good snipes. This is where Sickest comes into his own. I mean, he's getting chased away, but I can't help but feel that he traded cost effectively. Actually, let's have a look at how many ghosts there are in the field. There's 7 ghosts out right now. That's a decent amount. That's a decent amount of snipes. That's a decent amount of EMPs if the infestors start to show. Again, this is a tiny wall of minerals, but it remains distinct because you can't just blast your way through it. A nice scan there. And you can tell a ghost dies because it dies extra. Like, seriously, those things are such hams. The thing is, right now, Abathur's army is not what it needs to be. Especially since we're seeing such good use of the mines, such good use of the ghosts. The fact that we're seeing this army push out at all, while this army's pushing in here, this is just another example of how Sickest is really quite good at this sort of multi-pronged micro. And a couple of units will die, but while that's happening, they'll get another 10 or 15 worker kills. And he eventually will get chased away from here. But it's going to cost a lot. 12 workers. And this base is a planetary Foratods. Oh no. Unfortunately, so is this one. This one isn't, but honestly, there's not much there. Yeah, no, Sickest is doing a pretty good job here of choking the Zerg out. Choking the weird alien insect. Is that a metaphor? Is that a euphemism? I don't even know. And Abathur's going to run into that mine by accident. The weird thing is, this thing makes for a weird choke. Because you can just force your opponent to be in an enclosed space, regardless of which side you're on. Oh no, those lurkers though. And they'll get some damage in, but wow. Infestor's getting shot to death by tanks. That's exactly what you'd expect. The thing is, once the scan goes down, there's no real way for the lurker to hide, and Abathur drops the GG. That was good. That was good. Ow. And of course, as soon as I come back, Kitten decides to leave. Sorry, buddy. Apparently, I'm not doing what you want. GG, both. So, map number 2 was Golden Aura. Those of you following along at home might remember that I want to see map 3 because we don't get to see the new maps that often, apparently. Apparently people don't like them. Apparently they're new and strange. As opposed to old and strange, which is me. Sickest maybe not getting the invite there. It's weird how this happens. Sometimes people just don't get the invitation to these games. Ah, there we go. We are getting into game number 2. Alrighty then, let's go. Abathur says go. Just waiting for the yes from Sickest, and we're ready to rock. Goog. Goog, he says. I assume that means Google. By the way, I might have mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. Kostit is waiting for first and second place finals. Against whoever wins this best of 3 here. Based on previous match, might well be Sickest, but you never know. Abathur has won the whole tournament before. He might just come back and do it again. And here we are in the top left-hand side. Playing for Team Center, it is Sickest. And his opponent at the bottom right-hand side. Playing for Team RPAC, it is Abathur. Alrighty then. So. Can't help but wonder if we're going to see any major switch-ups here. Because, I mean, Sickest didn't play particularly aggressive. But he poked and he prodded a lot. He didn't go for massive pushes. He went for poke here, poke there, poke here, poke there. And I'm not going to lie, it worked really well. I mean, at one point, he had a Liberator, which took out a whole base by itself because no one, and I include me on myself in that, nobody was looking at it. Which is, you know, good. His opponent, on the other hand, Abathur, going for his third... He's not going to go 3 hatch before pool. That would be silly. There was a time when you could try going 3 hatch before pool. It wouldn't automatically lose. But in this case, no, you don't go 3 hatch before pool. You don't even go 3 hatch before queens. Which is an interesting thought, because you would think that a Zerg could get enough up for a third base in the time it takes a pool to finish, but it would mean sacrificing some economy. Well, we'll see. I can't help but think that, again, we're seeing sort of the same stock start. So it all comes down to how well can Sickest manage these Zerglings. The thing is, Abathur's trying to bait him further onto creep, because if you can get him on creep and keep him there for a few seconds, the Reaper will just die. Oh wow, that was a terrible move by both of them, in fact. Oh god. So right now, the Reaper's having to run because, honestly, it's got no hit points left. He's got 11 health, which the Queens will do in a second. In fact, the Queen's coming out to have a go because she thinks she's hard enough. Zerglings do not want to chase this yet. Yes, the Reaper's going to get some damage in on this building, but it's not going to be significant. It's not going to be meaningful. Once they get speed, however, they will kill him with incredible ferocity. And that's going to happen in 8 seconds, assuming either of them are still alive. Okay, they're still alive. The thing is, right now, because Abathur has seen this... Is the score right? I don't think the score is right. Sickest won the last one, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, in previous games we've seen the Hellions, we've seen the Liberator, we've seen the Viking. And actually we're seeing a very quick third as well. Reasonably. Yeah, it's been a very quick third by 4 minutes. It's down. It's not down in the right place, so he's going to need to take some time to move it there, but that's fine. Oh, in comes the harassment. And the Reaper's going to die, which is annoying. The thing is, because he's done this, now Sickest has no map pressure. Which means that Abathur can press the drone button like it owes him money. That's exactly what he's doing. The thing is, he's got a couple of Hellions here. But we just saw what they could do, and it's not much. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. Being invaded again. Kitten Cam will show as and when. But yeah. The vision being cleared out is nice. Here we go. But this time there's only 4 Hellions rather than 7 or 8. Which means they're not getting nearly as much damage in. They're not getting nearly as much done. So, yeah. In they come again. But again, it's not as effective. It's not as brutal because he threw away those early ones. And now, also, in addition to that, any damage done to these things is permanent unless he spends money to repair them. Whereas the damage on the Reaper was free. That said, Liberator coming in the back again. Is it going to fly straight into range? Yes, it is. It's going to take a bit of damage and leave. The thing is, from there, he can't really do an awful lot, so the Liberator again has been fended off. Abathur's doing much better this time than he did last time. Previously, that Liberator got a couple of kills, and yeah, he got the Spore Crawler under it eventually, but... Now we see the repair, and it's costing him a few quid. And okay, he's got 1,000 minerals to spare, but so that's, you know, not a massive deal. But because Abathur is in a much more stable place, he's much further ahead from where he was. Yeah. That Viking eventually going to die, possibly? Thing is, if the Viking accidentally flies over a spore, it's dead. Like, if it was full health, it might survive that, but it's not. I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes. I just think Abathur's doing a lot better in this one than he did in the last one. That said, we're seeing 9 banelings being made. If these get turned into Hellbats, that will be why. Because, honestly, Hellbats are pretty terrifying if you don't have some form of splash to deal with them. They're rough and tough and tumble, and that's enough banelings, I think. Especially if the banelings can roll in. Again, compare with the last game. Abathur didn't have baneling speed by the time this attack hit in the last game. Goodbye. Abathur gets away with... Oh, sorry. Sickest gets away with a lot fewer units than he did last time. And if he's not careful, he's going to run into banelings. And that Liberator is dead. The thing is, the attack can be seen coming from a mile away. And again, Abatha's doing so much better in this one than he did in the last one. He's ahead in workers. He's got about the same army. His upgrades are the same. Or at least they are now. And all the attacks that are coming in at him are being fended off. And yes, Sickers is trying some multi-prong. And that's great. But it's, at this point in the last game, Sickers had already done noticeable damage. But in this case, Abatha has just held him. And as far as I can tell, it all comes down to the Reaper that was killed at the beginning. Because suddenly any damage being done to the Reaper Hellion force was being done purely to Hellions and wouldn't fix itself. Amazing how that happens, isn't it? In comes the attack. The workers try to flee. Ouch. That hurt. He sent a dude to go and stand on the watchtower. Unfortunately, there was Zerg there. And we're seeing another force being set up as a poking and prodding force. But no, he's taking it home. Oh, because this one's going instead? Are they joining forces? I don't know. So now we're seeing, this is what Sickers does. This is what Sickers do. Oh no, those lurkers, those lurkers. Trying to kill the lurker egg before it forms. And oh, that cost him a lot. While that's happening, this is also happening. Banelings. Oh, the Widow might actually do more damage to the Terran than it did to the Zerg there, but never mind. Very nice Widowmine hits them. Very nice indeed. Unfortunately, it's not... I don't know, maybe it is enough. But again, it feels like Abatha's acting with more impunity, he's acting with more confidence, he's acting more forward. And the lurkers are just there, my guys. Oh yeah. Trying to go for a massive flank. And yeah, it's working. The reinforcements are getting cut off, but unfortunately, it's not working because the attack is still going on. So it looks like Abatha is having to do two things at once here. He's having to defend and attack at the same time. And he's doing very, very smart thing here. He's just pulled all the workers away from this base, sacked the base, it's gone, you can't save it. But, at the same time, on the other side of the map, you can get in here. And there are 27 workers on that base. If this turns into a base race, I do not fancy the Terran's chances that much. Going into the main, and Abatha should be able to see that. Bunch of stuff coming in here to intercept. Bunch of stuff on top of production. Okay, looks like you might have held this. For now, Abatha takes the game, taking the series 2-0. Oh no! What am I saying? Abatha scores. Abatha ties it up. Abatha ties it up. Just, I'm trying to be there for my guy. You know. What am I saying? Abatha does not tie it. Abatha does not win. Abatha ties it up. So we will get to see Dynasty. Yay! GG both. Why did I think that? Why did I think that? Dynasty is map number 3, I think. I'm going to check now because I'm now paranoid. Cat trying to extract some meat paste from a tube. Sicker says go, go. Waiting on Abatha to say the same. 2 seconds for Abatha. I don't know. No idea what's going on anymore. The world is a curious and mysterious place, and we're now almost at 4 o'clock, so we've been going for just about 2 hours. That's a reasonable size for a tournament. weird. According to the app, Abatha wins. But he hasn't. It's 1-1. Right? I'm going to check my numbers on this one. Yeah. That's weird. I genuinely don't know what to think here. Because right now we can't really carry on. If we don't fix this, it's going to mess everything up. Hey, Mobius. Love the app. Love it, by the way. Absolutely fabulous piece of software. Very nice. But please let the guys who organize the tournament have the power to change the results. Please? Please? Come on. Like, how would you agree to a draw in this? If they'd agreed to a draw, and the first person to quit would have lost. You know? It's not great. If someone accidentally drops out and the game goes, oh, they lost, there's no way to fix that. That's not great. That's not great at all. I mean, it's entirely possible that Abatha is going to go on to do exactly this, so we might be worth just waiting. Uh-huh. Let's see. Yeah. How would I do this? Right click on the set versus sickest. No, I can do nothing. Interesting. I don't know. Also, I mean, apart from anything else, this means that tournament organisers can't disqualify someone either, because they can't affect anything. Here I am right-clicking on all the spaces around. You know, let's just go out of this and come back into it. No. I'm tempted to try and put it on the screen, but unfortunately I've tried putting in the capture for the for Mobius earlier and it just didn't work. Mobius. See if we can display this on the screen. Overwolf Mobius. Aha! Okay then. Yeah, just to be clear, this is what happens when I right click on the bracket. Absolutely nothing happens. But at least I can show the bracket now. That's nice. Yeah. Like, you can see my mouse. I'm right-clicking on the thing. Okay, then. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Maybe if I go out of here and then back in again. Nope, nothing. Bum 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 bum. Okay, we'll just play the third and see what happens. Good luck, have fun to both, and maybe it'll happen that the game pans out the way it did anyway. I should potentially try and include this Mobius window more, because it's actually quite useful. But we'll worry about that later. But for now, we're just going to go into this game. You know me. In the bottom left-hand corner, playing in blue, it is Sentir Sickest. And opponent at the top right-hand side, playing for our back, it's Abatha. Okay. So, same approach as before. Also, fun fact, this is a map with a stupid build on it. Because, like, as a Zerg, as a Terran, you can expand down here real easy. As a Zerg, you cannot. Like, this is not a good place for to get harassed by a Reaper, because any units you have will have to go all the way around here, away from creep, to be able to do it. And you don't want that. Whereas as a Terran, you can shoot over walls. You don't care. The Zerglings cannot get in. So it makes more sense for the Terran to mine this place out immediately. Because it's gold minerals, goddammit. It's gold frickin' minerals. And yeah, you can bunker this off or whatever. You know, stick a planetary fortress in the gap. Please note, no one puts a planetary fortress in the gap. Like, no one is going to do that. Apart from that, you should put the planetary fortress here. But yeah, we'll see what happens when the Terran expands. When Sickest decides where he's going, I predict he's going to go here because it's safe and he gets a ton of minerals for it. Like, he gets a ton of minerals. You get like 7 minerals per patch instead of 5. That's just nice. No, he's going forward. Okay, interesting. So he's going to use it later on, maybe. The thing is, it makes literally no sense. It's anti-sense for the Zerg to do it. So I'm glad that we're not seeing Abatha doing that. They are not blinded the way I was by gold fever. Interesting note on this map, by the way, if memory serves, the rich Vespene on the other side of this is actually moderately difficult to farm because, yeah, you might have a base here, but there's no reason why you'd put a base here. Actually, I don't know, maybe you would, but I'm not sure who would. Like, who would put the base here rather than here? The Zerg won't because they've already got a base here. Maybe they use it as a macro hatch at that point and just move it and put another base in here. I don't know. Zerglings on the build. Zerglings are out. Pew, pew. And actually, yeah, here we go. The intricate dance begins again. And all they have to do is stall for long enough to Mama to come and play. And there she is. And because Mama's here, they can chase the Reaper away, and there's not a lot he can realistically do at this point. And because he's taken so much damage, he's not going to be able to contest the creep tumor, which means Abatha's in a good place. And yes, if we look back at the Terran base, there is a factory coming up. And we're expecting to see a swap over. There we go, so it goes double Hellion. I wonder... Oh, again, we're going to see a starport coming down, because why would you not? Turns out the build is good. guy's gonna have to. Okay, that Reaper is okay. The Reaper is definitely dead, and he did get a creep tumor kill. I don't think that was worth it because now the Hellions are not nearly as powerful as they would be. As I said previously, the ability of the Reaper to heal damage means that if the Reaper goes in first, and it will because I think it's slightly faster, it will soak a bunch of damage that would otherwise go onto the Queen, that would otherwise go onto the Hellions, which means that this attack cannot do as much because they don't have A, the extra pair of guns, and B, they don't have the healing ability, which means, again, Abathur's doing quite nicely for himself. He's just pushed his opponent away. He's taken no damage at all. And at some point, yeah, Sickest might try and overcommit and push these Hellions in and get some kills in the mineral line. But it's probably not worth the hassle, as we saw previously. And in he comes again. The Queens should be responding anytime soon. A couple of kills here, a couple of kills there, then get out. Get a creep kill by accident. Although in that case, that one creep tumor would accomplish absolutely nothing because the ones around it will cover the space easily. Sitting on the Design to Kill a logo, which, by the way, very sexy logo. What do you think? Do you like the logo? There it is. There was a bit of a skirmish between the Queens and the Hellions, and actually, because there's now 6 Hellions, they might be able to do some serious damage, but we'll see. Also, at some point, I'll be interested to see whether we see an armory, because 6 Hellbats is actually quite unpleasant to deal with. He drives away from the creep tumors. The Queens are out to defend this Overlord, but the Overlord's flying away from safety, so it dies anyway. Abathur's getting his creep all over the logo. Shocking behaviour. Running away. Actually, yep. The problem is that does line him up. If the Queens weren't here, that would be really, really bad. Again, need to be a bit careful not to throw your lead away here. 11 workers did go down there. And because he got away with 6 Hellions, as long as he gets away with the 6 Hellions, that's permanent damage. The thing is, because there's no Reaper, all the damage that's being done to these guys is permanent. So, it's not ideal. But it's all good, because the Liberator's coming in to save the... Okay, so a minute ago, a hot minute ago, I was like, no one's going to put it on this side. No one will put it on this. Thanks, Abathur. Thanks for making me look like a moron. The problem is he's not wrong. The Hellions are just like, we are here. Who's going to do something about it? You? No. Liberator. And the Queens are on the wrong side of the mineral wall. Oh no. This is actually a pretty good map for Sickest, actually. He's doing pretty nicely for himself. The Queen's gone to do something about it, and she's in the wrong place. Unfortunate. Another couple of workers go down, but the Hellions do all die. And that means that this Liberator is now the only real harassment force that Sickest has. Oh, the Viking's taking part as well. Oh no, it took up in front of the Spore Crawler and was immediately killed. But 13 workers did go down, which means that Sickest is now ahead in terms of the worker count. That Spore Crawler will kill that Liberator if it doesn't move immediately. One more worker kill. 14 drones went down. This is a small army. The thing is, right now, this is a pretty bad army because right now, Abathur has been spending all of his money replacing all the workers that he lost. And that's why you do it. Right now, 34 hours supply to 17. These Widow Mines could decide the entire game if they catch half of Abathur's army off guard. Beautiful micro. The Queen's getting slaughtered in numbers. And that right there is game and set and match. And unfortunately, it means that we are going to have to do some stuff to the brackets to make them work. Because right now they are wrong. They are just wrong. They're flat wrong. Flat wrongo. Do. Okay. So I'm going to leave that to Abathur to sort, because we know who won. We know who won. It was Sickest. That was a beautiful push. do we need to wait? Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we're gonna wait for a few minutes while Sickest has food and Abatha has a stress attack, and talks to the Mobius people about it. Bum bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum. Okay, so I guess we're kind of stuck for a bit. Just you and me. And me wishing I'd set up some smooth jazz that I could just effortlessly bring in. Good times. Bum 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 bum. I wonder, I wonder, I wonder as I wonder, out under the sky. Oh, hey cat. Got another random musical instrument out. That's what I do when I'm in doubt. If in doubt, play something random. It's weird because we've not had this technical problem before. So it's actually quite interesting to see. Also, I love the fact that it's like Hearthstone, whatever the hell this is. Battleground? Oh, Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Not Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Yeah, Hearthstone Battlegrounds. And us. It's us! It's us! Woo! Let's go! And I still cannot. Because apparently I am not an administrator of this tournament. Unfortunately, the only other instrument that's in reach is either a bass, which you won't be able to hear, or a saxophone, which I haven't played in over 20 years. I don't know. Could try and read some ancient fiction. See, I've got this. The problem is, you can't hear it. Unless I can find an audio cable within arm's reach, which I don't think I can. Da 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 da. Is this thing plugged in? It is. Ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum. Okay, apparently the bracket is being fixed as we speak. Sorry, put the cat cam back on. Bum. We might as well get Cosset in, though, if we can. We don't. Okay, so at least something works, even if it's not ideal. So everyone changes back. Okay. We are back. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so, yeah, we're just waiting for the bracket to be fixed. And as soon as the bracket is fixed... By the way, as a side note, you might notice in the bracket itself, Sickest's name here has a capital T on the other hand, on the end of it. Makes me wonder whether he has an alternate account called Sickest and Sickest. I'm just going to refresh the bracket. Bum, 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 bum. Currently it's still wrong. Okay. Welp. Oh, incidentally, yeah, I did work it out earlier. Corruptors do require a spire, which means he would only be able to get Albertha would only be able to get them in game 1 of the 3 that we played earlier. It's fine though. It's fine. Also, Corruptor's Caustic Spray does a huge amount of damage. Like 35 damage a second might be the most damage. I know it's not the most damage, but I think it might be the most damage per second. Wonder if there's a chart here of all the DPSs. Yes. Ground DPS. Oh no, apparently Thor's do... Wow, okay. Yeah, no, it's not even close. According to Liquipedia... with DTs... battle cruisers, ultralists, liberators, Thors and Thors. Thors with explosive payload and Thors with impact. In terms of air DPS, there are 2. It's missed. Interesting. What's the lowest DPS in the game? Wow. Yeah, no, according to this, the lowest ground DPS. And it is done by... In fact, that is the lowest DPS. With 4.38, not counting the shield damage. Is High Templar at 3.19 DPS. Bum bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum bum ba 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 bum. Hello. Abathur has suggested I invite Cosset. This has some sort of oh! The score has changed to 0-0. This is a good start. Now we just need it to be 2-1 in favour of Sickest. Let's go! Let's go! Nice. Brackets fixed. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to change this down. We're going to reset the bracket. We're going to replace Abatha with Corset. No idea what Corset plays, but Corset plays the Centaur, which Sickis also does. So this is going to be a Centaur on Centaur. Some hot Centaur on Centaur action. Let's go. By the way, thank you to Mobius for fixing that for us. In future, it would be nice if we do it ourselves, but we appreciate the fact that you are there. So, we're just going to give Sickest a couple of minutes. Can we do vetoes? Well, you eat. Apparently he's AFK. I have to admit, it's getting better. It's getting better all the time. Can't get much. Corset vetoes golden. Have to admit, it's getting better. It's getting better. Since you and me, man. Getting dick and salt and mud and that and dirt and all the time. Getting better all the time.
Wait, one moment. Sorry, voice try.
That's better. Okay, so hopefully we shouldn't have too much more to worry about. We should be able to get on with it. We will have a wipe the maps off the thing, because they almost certainly will not be the same. I don't actually know what race. I don't know what race Corset plays, but we're gonna end up with some weird stuff in this game, I think. Match history. Golden Aura. Corset played Protoss. Cool. Let's go. So Corset vetoes golden, which is nice. We like that. Will we get to see full on new maps? Maybe, maybe not. I left my heart, Palladium, in San Francisco. Ba-da-da-da-dum, Palladium. Ba-da-da-dum. I left my knees in old Peru. I left a piece of my left leg way back in Winnipeg. I left my tears in Dublin Zoo with you. I left my teeth on Table Mountain, high on a hill. They smile at me when I go back to you, San Francisco. There won't be much left of me. La 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 la. Din 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 din. Okay, so post youth is gone. Post youth is gone. Alcyon is gone. Oceanborn is gone. Oh shit, Alcyon. So we've got Crimson Court. We've got Crimson Court, Dynasty, and Ghost River left. pretty nasty. Ghost River and so we will see either Ghost River or Crimson Court. Bum, 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 bum. Second Ghost River, third Crimson Court. So second Ghost River, third Crimson Court. Apparently nobody liked Crimson Court either. Shocking, shocking behaviour. Dynasty, let's get it going. So we're potentially getting into the last of the best of 3. Sickest didn't want match history last time. I'm going to assume that persists even though his teammate is the match. Oh, it's TVT. Okay then, we're looking for a long one. People trying to say things in front of me that I don't understand. I'm going to translate this from whatever that. I can't ask. Why would he say that? I don't know. Moreover, I don't particularly mind at this point. We are ready to rock. Let's get in. He says waiting for the thing to go through. There we go. Come on, come on. There we have it. In the top right hand side, playing for Team Sentir, it is Cosset. And the bottom left hand side, playing for Team Sentir, it is Sickest. Let's go! It's a team kill in the finals, which we've not had happen for a while. Which is fair. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm anticipating some kind of weird tactical shenanigans involving tanks. But again, against Terran, it makes no sense to take this base because you can't keep it. So we shouldn't see anyone expanding out the back until their third or fourth base, maybe. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see. Interesting, we're seeing a scout. I mean, again, I suppose it makes sense because you want to make sure you're not getting cheesed. And one of the best ways to be cheesed is a proxy. If you're going to see if you're seeing a proxy, then you need to start putting bunkers down. And actually, weirdly enough, on this map, I think Reapers can jump up here, maybe. But if there's a proxy definitely happening, then it makes more sense to cancel the Reaper and put a factory down fast as hell. Because you can get some Hellions out to deal with Reapers. You can get some tanks out to deal with anything else. Factory coming down for both, but in this case, Cosset is slightly ahead. Also, he's putting a bunker down, a supply depot down here just to keep an eye on things. I think. Apart from anything else, he'll be able to see if his opponent's done cheeky mining on this wall. But yeah, there's the Reaper jumping down. Not on this side, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, at this point, the Reaper's potentially gone, okay, I'm a little late. I'm going to wait for the other guy to come over and shoot him first. That moment when you throw yourself a grenade and start running towards it. No, don't do that. Oh, he is going for the back base. I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. Yep, that slowed that down significantly. Oh no, the Reaper's dead. There it is, and away we go. The thing is, Cosset's managed to lose himself a Reaper, and also Sickest, to bag himself a Reaper, and Sickest is making 2 more to go with his Reaper Hellion force. Excuse me. Whereas Cosset's making a Cyclone. So, I mean, maybe he's going mass Cyclone. Maybe. Could be. Could happen. we're seeing mass cyclone versus not mass cyclone. So we will see whether it's effective or not. I don't know. It feels like it could be. Especially because these Reapers are somewhat fragile. Against sustained DPM. Yeah, it's one of those moments where you get in there and you're like, oh no, this is not what I wanted to see. So right now, Sickest is starting to make his own cyclones. And honestly, yeah. Look at the cyclone count. It currently favours Cosset by 1. And Cosset is pushing. Okay. Okay. If Cosset's going to push, he needs to get there before the other Reapers, before the other cyclones get out. If he can do that, that's great. Unfortunately, he's locked onto the wrong unit there. And now the favour is in the other direction because he wasted all the shots on the Hellions, which honestly aren't that important and can be picked up. Micro says, "Ow." Okay, yeah, that was good. Right now, Cosset's on the back foot. Definitely, he needs to get home. He needs to repair, hopefully before his opponent turns up. His medivacs are good and useful, but they're not going to heal the damage on these vehicles. Turns out medivacs have their limitations. One-for-one trading, which is good for Cosset, less good for Sickest, but again, that was a bounce. Whereas Sickest now has 8 more workers and 1 more base, I guess. If Sickest decides to go around and raid this base, he's going to get a lot of kills, and he's going to get quite a lot of kills on the workers in here and then just get away. Yeah, that's the point at which you just pick up and get out. Especially because you know there are going to be cyclones and you don't want to get locked onto. But that was pretty good. 5 more workers dead. Cosset's now down to 29. So even with the gold, I don't think he's ahead. No, he's not. I mean, yes, the gold will bring that spike down significantly, but I don't think it's going to bring it all the way down. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's have a quick look. Maybe. Oh, no. That's dead. Oh, my God. At this point, Cosset has to push. Cosset has to push like it's his firstborn. But all the damage that's going on here is permanent. All of its vehicles. And Sickest needs to pull back that cyclone, otherwise he's going to lose it. He's dead. Again, Sickest is doing pretty well for himself. He's got a couple of Ravens up. He's got the... I think he's got a Cyclone lead? Yeah, he's got a Cyclone lead. He's got the Ravens. He's got some stuff on the ground. Yep, this looks pretty bad for Cosset. Looks like Sickest may be able to take it in based on purely that. Tank's going to siege up. And that first one's dead. Auto turret tanking a lot of damage there because they have huge attack priority. Not the best of times to siege up that tank, unfortunately. And the Raven turrets proving their worth automatically. Sickest now having the army supply lead of 27 to 14, and this is a real backwards and forwards battle. The thing is, if an attack lands on this bit, all those workers will die before Cosset can do anything about it. And all it takes is a couple of medivacs with units in them. So, by the way, you can tell who's winning by looking at the production queue at this point. Just look at the production queue. Although, interestingly enough, Sickest seems to be migrating back from mech into bio. What the hell are these guys doing? There's a couple of Marines just wandering across the map. I'm not sure why. But yeah, no, this is really bad for several reasons. One, this is about to lose a lot of workers. And any attempt to defend this will result in more dead workers. That's part of his... Oh no, that's in range. Oh, that's unfortunate in range. That's unfortunate. Yep, that's on +1 cancelled. The armor still goes through, but unfortunately the +1 weapons is denied, and I don't think he gets the money back for that. Oh, he now knows he needs to do something about that. The thing is, the tank's in a great position. And that's an immediate cut down. My god, that was brutal. Yeah, Cossack GG's. 54 army supply to 18. He just lost his entire army there. That was just a killer, that was. My god. Very nicely done. 9-minute game there. And hopefully Mobius will have the correct score and be like, yeah, 1-0. GG both. Right, so let's make map number 2, which is going to be Ghost River. Okay then. Sickest in there, no match history, and a referee. Both players are ready, GLHF both. Let's go! Right, let's get into game number 2, which might be the last game of the day. We don't know. Let's see what happens. There we go. Slightly delayed intro there, but never mind. In the top right-hand corner, playing for Team Centaur, it's Cosset. And his opponent at the top left-hand side, playing for Centaur, also, it is Sickest. Now, the question is, what's Cosset going to do differently in this game? Like, if we see another 10-minute smashing cyclones into each other until somebody dies, I won't be shocked. But I will be a little disappointed. I'm hoping we see some adaptation. I'm hoping we see some changes. The Reaper early game is going to be different, I think, because the paths are weird. Also, this is a weird thing to have to deal with, but we'll worry about that as and when we get there. Interesting feature of this map. Let's see. Where's the weird base? Is there a weird base? No. I mean, there's technically this. This is a weird thing, but it's not really a base. There's no weird gold bases on this map. Okay. Much more standard map. Easily signposted Reaper jump up point. Oh, interesting. He's gone for the wall off. He's gone for a full wall. Which means that Sickest knows one thing. There's gas being mined. Some gas being mined. That's all he knows. It might be useful to check whether the thing that's coming out of here is a Reaper or not, but Sickest is already making himself a factory. Like, he's going straight in for it. There's Cosset. It's a little bit later. And it looks to me like, if I had to guess, I'd say the MMRs were Sickest is a higher MMR than his opponent. Not sure why the score's not there. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Thing is, if Sickest goes up into the wall here and comes around, I mean, yes, his opponent knows he hasn't got a actually, no. At this point, Cosset doesn't know there isn't a wall. Interesting. The fact that there's no natural there should be scaring the hell out of him, and it's not. But the thing is, it's not stopping him expanding, so maybe he's just assuming that the expansion's on the high ground. Double Reaper coming out from Sickest, as compared to the Cyclone coming out from Cosset. And maybe it'll work. The thing is, the Reapers can get away from the enemy Cyclones because they can boot them backwards, shoot them up a bit, get out of there. I don't know if it's a great idea, but I mean, maybe it'll work because you can't maintain targeting on the Reapers if they boot you in the air. So we'll see what happens. The Reapers definitely, and here we see it again. We saw it against the Zerg. We're seeing it in TBT. Send the Reapers in first because you want the thing to take damage that A, you don't care about so much, and B, will heal the damage if they take it. The thing is, also, these Reapers can just go in the main base. All of these units are fast, so you can boot all of them, and why did he move away? He moved away, but he didn't move far enough. Oh, that's painful. The thing is, right now, Sickest is also making Cyclones. Does he have 2 already? No. So he's behind. But we saw him take some really nice engagements in the last game. The boops were useful. So it's entirely possible he might be able to overcome this deficit. With his Reapers, I'm a little bit suspicious. I'm a little bit, you know. But it could happen. And Cosset's moving out. Getting the first hit like that is amazing. One dead. And suddenly Cosset doesn't have the advantage, but he has the ability to micro. Loss of vision. 2 more Cyclones coming out there means that he should run like hell, but unfortunately, Cyclones are as fast as Cyclones, so once they get the lock-on, you can't get rid of it. Right now, 17 army supply to 18 army supply to 15. It's not much, but it's something. Honestly, this could be incredibly quick, depending on exactly how aggressive Sickest is being. I don't like that, because all it takes is one boot, one unit to get in range. Or just take them up into the main. Like, take them into the main, my guy. There we go. This could be really, really bad. Yep. Yeah, he's probably going to lose all of this, but... Mistargeted there, that one Cyclone. Oh, that one Cyclone has 4 hit points. Oh my god. So Sickest is now in trouble. Yes, he's got like interference matrix on his Ravens, and he can shut stuff down, and that's nice, I guess. And yes, a lot of this stuff is damaged. I guess the thing is, the Liberator, if placed correctly, could be absolutely brutal. The question is, can we see some good turret placement? Can we see some good unit placement? This is not a good engagement for Sickest, but he is cleaning this up. Okay, so Sickest is still ahead in workers. He's bringing this medevac home. That's good. Sickest now taking a chance to maneuver around and get some real changes done to his economy. I wouldn't, honestly, if I were him. Were I him? Even though Cosset has a bigger army. But Cosset doesn't seem to know that. Cosset seems to be under the impression that he can't break this. Which, given there are 2 Ravens here with a turret each, could well be the case. Turrets only cost 50 energy, so, yeah. 3rd base coming down for both players, though, and in this case, it is going to be finished and up and running and functional, I think, more for Sickest than it is for his opponent. That said, Sickest is quite smartly using this opportunity to restock his naturals, so it's going to be about the same. There's an army coming out. Army coming out to play. Slight oversaturation on the mineral, slight undersaturation on the gas, but it's again not a crippling thing. Sacrificial Cyclone being sent out to die gloriously because he wants to transition into bio, which is an interesting concept because we're seeing Marine Viking tank on the other side. What am I saying? I'm losing my mind. Yeah, no, Sickest is poking and prodding and making his opponent angry so that he can get a transition into a different composition. This is going to be really, really hard to break.
apart from anything else, if Marines are selected, if Marines are targeted, they can just be picked up. And that orange tang is just horrible. And that's a dead base if ever I saw one. And at this point, he doesn't have to kill it, but why not? Force your opponent to stay home. And yes, he's making a ton of Marines, and that's fine and all, but like, the base can't be saved, and neither can these workers. Which means that Kosset's now taken a massive economic hit. Honestly, it's almost worth Sickers just going home at this point. Yeah, that's it. He can't necessarily push into this. I mean, he can push into this base. There's just Marines and medivacs, but like, the tank getting saved, and Kosset's just like, yeah, okay, you got me. You got me. That's game, set, match. That's it. That's all she wrote. So I'm quickly going to go onto Twitch StarCraft and find somebody to do Twitch StarCraft. And we'll find someone to raid for the I don't think anyone is watching anyway.
For him to land the right spells onto the right targets and kind of melt.
Right. Right. We're going to raid someone. As soon as I see the end of this game. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Ta-da.